it's Sue, and today I did another addition to the alphabet challenge, and this is the letter H. So let's get right into it. So, you've seen me draw quite a few characters. Characters I love, characters I'm nervous about drawing, characters I absolutely hate. I'm gonna use fits. But this is a character I know absolutely nothing about. And that character would be Hera from Star Wars Rebels. And now the reason I know nothing about her is because I've never watched Star Wars Rebels or the Ahsoka show, which she is also in. Now, apparently, my sisters say I watched the Rebels show. I have no memory of this. So I don't think we did, but they insist we did. So I don't know what really is going on there. For Hera, I didn't want to draw her on a spaceship. And I think she's a pilot based on the references I was seeing. So I ended up just drawing her standing there in a white void like one does when they are an alien with green tentacles. And I actually do really like Hera's outfit and design. And I had a lot of fun doing it with the line art, especially I put a lot of detail into line art, which I usually don't do, but I always love the look of. So I made sure to really add a lot of lines, thinner and thicker, added a lot of variation, and I did actually add lips to this drawing, which I don't usually do, but she had some nice darker green lips, so I had to put those in there. I drew her goggles and all this stuff. I was seeing a lot of like art for like a card or a game where it had really nice line art, and that got me hyped to do some really detailed line art. So I went about that for a little while, and now I know, like I said, I know nothing about Hera, so I don't know if she would do this pose. I don't know how much confidence she has, but based on the references I was seeing, I kind of guess she would have. And I do think I made a little bit of a mistake with the pose, because she has shoulder pads and like a chest plate thing, and they're all the same color. Because of the way I turned her body and the way I made her shoulder pad overlaps with the chest plate, and the colors do kind of get lost in each other. So if I had just moved that shoulder plate out a little bit, it would have helped a lot in separating the two things, but I didn't think about that until after I was already coloring it, and at that point I wasn't willing to mess with this line art that I did, which, as you can see, is extremely detailed. I did not think I put that much time into this. I'm gonna have to do a quick time check. I'll be right back. Okay, wow, somehow this only took me 41 minutes to do. I mean, like, the pose is pretty simple, but look at all the lines. I'm not feeling like line art today, so this looks absolutely like torture right now. I made sure to cinch in her pants, unlike I did in the sketch, because I saw it in her 3D model, and I always like when pants kind of cinch in at the bottom when they're really baggy. I just like the silhouette of that. So I made sure to do that, and I also made sure to add her gun knife holder thing on her boot. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but I think I had an idea, so I stuck that in there. I made her tentacle thingy a little longer, and then I believe I moved on to coloring, though I did adjust this little strap because it wasn't symmetrical to the other one, and that was bothering me. I did the colors, and then brought in and I did the little bit of shading before I realized that I had forgotten the little patterns on her tentacle thingies, so I had to go in and add those. I almost started doing a digital painting style with this, but I did not want to cover up my line art, and I don't do line art when I digital paint. So I ended up having to make sure I kept myself in check with that, and only add normal shading stuff. Maybe it was a lot longer before I noticed that I didn't do the designs on her tentacle thingies. What are they called? They're kind of like hair, but like not. It's weird. I selected a different color for each of the shading, which sometimes I don't do, but I always like it more when I do. So I made sure to change the color with each item I was shading. And I usually, when I'm shading, I'll go closer towards the red or purple, and I'll make it a little darker. But if I do cooler, I'll go closer to the blue or green and go darker. So it all depends. In case of the white colors. Since it was a little off-white, I went closer towards the blue because it was a little bit of a more greeny or cooler tone. This was my first pass of shading, and then I added the second pass after I finally added in the little designs. I could not see the designs completely from my references, so I kind of had to wing some of them, but I tried my best to make them symmetrical at least. Adding another pass of shading. Didn't spend too much time on that. I tried to kind of rush through it. Adding just a little bit more red to my shading colors and making them a little bit darker just to kind of push the shadows even further. I always like my art more when I push the shadows a lot, as you can see from most of the art I do. Adding a more normal lighting situation like this is not normal for me. Of course, it's not really a completely normal lighting situation because she's in a white void. I could have done rim lighting. That would have been fun, but I didn't think about that until like just now. I added some highlights. I didn't bother changing the color with this one. And then I lowered the opacity and blurred most of them out to kind of soften them up. I kind of like when they were a little stronger though, so I don't know. I ended up adding a version of her behind her and then changing it to black and lowering the opacity as a cast shadow. And with that, I was pretty much done with the drawing, though I did make another copy of the drawing and then change. I tried the anime background filter, it wasn't my favorite, so I just adjusted the color balance and then I was done. This is my drawing of Hera, and I really enjoyed making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye!